So after releasing a nearly hour-long video essay, I feel like I've earned a bit of a break from my usual super in-depth, big-brained content and deserve to make just a quick little video about some of my favorite video essays. I have a great fondness for this medium and I just kind of wanted to share some of my favorite curators. So yeah, this one's gonna be pretty quick. Gonzo Capulet is like the Harper Lee of video essayists in the sense that they, to my knowledge, have only released one video, but it's such a good video that I don't even mind all that much. Their only video is all about Deadpool and trauma, with much more emphasis placed on the trauma than Deadpool himself. I love it when a video essay doesn't just synopsize its subject matter, but uses it as a canvas to talk about something far more personal or interesting, and this video is no exception. It's not really about Deadpool, it's about this guy's trauma as an ex-Mormon and the ways in which Deadpool faithfully recreated his traumatic experiences and his journey to continue living despite the trauma he's experienced. I don't want to dilute the video by just going through its talking points, so I highly encourage you to watch the full thing along with all the other videos I mention. Links, of course, in the doobly-doo.
Ugly does not equal unlovable. Ugly does not stop you from doing what's right, from protecting those you love, from fighting for yourself. Ugly can be tough, badass, unstoppable, mouthy, confident, but vulnerable and driven. Ugliness is not a bad thing. To be ugly, to be unfinished, unpolished, or damaged is to be human. But to overcome that ugliness and fight for your self-respect with the help of your friends, that's being a hero.
I wish Ceicocat uploaded more frequently because she has not made a bad video. She has truly taken the adage quality over quantity to heart. They have this incredible ability to keep my attention even when I have no interest in the subject they're talking about, and I think the best example of this skill is demonstrated in their most popular video to date, the incel to trans pipeline and Inside Mari. Much like Gonzo Capulet's video on Deadpool, this video uses a story, in this case Inside Mari, as a jumping off point to talk about something else, in this case the trans experience and the overwhelming feelings of doubt that come with it. It's just a beautifully written and wonderfully edited video that was made in collaboration with the talented Chris Lightbody. The video really earns its hour-long runtime. It goes beyond merely talking about the trans experience. It's really about being human and accepting the complexities of what that means and of not feeling forced to reduce yourself to something simplistic and inherently illusory. As a person who has struggled with gender identity and body discomfort, albeit not outright dysphoria, this video resonated. But even if you don't relate directly to that experience, I feel like it's still a valuable resource to understand what that's like. You might want to get tissues before you watch this though, because this one gets pretty emotional.
If you feel lost, if you feel like your identity is drowning under this constant noise, if you find yourself cornered by the terms and assumptions the world has chosen for you, I want to tell you that you are you, unbreakably, simply you.
Also, I didn't know exactly where to mention this, but I just really like this tweet she made. I don't know what the context is, but it's fun and relatable. Anyways. I don't know if Art Furries God is the best video essay ever made, but it is one of the most thematically consistent, well-paced, and concise video essays I've ever seen, and it also has the greatest title of maybe any video on the internet ever. The description rightly describes it as a mission statement, and I don't know if more words are needed to describe it, but I'll try to anyways. It's a video about stupid shit, about memes and shitposting and furries and how just because something is really fucking stupid does not mean that it can't be good or emotionally resonant. And in fact, maybe the best thing a work of art could do is be stupid and emotionally resonant. The stupidity disarms you. It allows you to be vulnerable without feeling silly because it's okay to be silly. The last movie that made me cry was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which this video mentions. I had tears in my eyes while I watched someone play Claire de Lune with their feet. And if the movie wasn't so silly as to try to make me laugh and cry at the same time, it wouldn't have welled up such strong emotions in me. I aggressively love this video because it understands that. And if you don't, well, I'm not sure we can be friends. Like, in this video, this stupid, amazing fucking furry praises a porn game for having a great story. They literally pull a I watch porn for the plot, and I genuinely believe them. I mean, I don't doubt that they jerked off to it, but I also don't doubt that they genuinely enjoyed it as a work of literature. Like, I don't even want to make fun of that because, god damn it, I've read smutty fan fiction that's had great fucking stories, and I've always been a little bit embarrassed to admit that, but fuck it, man. I am completely willing to make myself look like a fool if that makes someone else feel more comfortable about their own foolishness. Because we're all dumb, we're all stupid, because we're human. We're all freaking terrible, weird, dumb, tiny, insignificant humans, and like, I love it. I love all of us. We're just some random fucking pieces of shit in the cosmos, and like, isn't that great? This might be the greatest video essay ever made, and it's called Art, Furries, God. What else is there to say?
My furry album covers are, hopefully, giving permission to the same part of you that is permitted by the satire of the mollusk, the musical fervor of Kiss Me in parentheses Kill Me, the blinding sincerity of Everything Everywhere All at Once. The part that knows this is ultimately a performance. The part that wants to stop observing and start engaging, participating, critiquing, feeling, consciously, effortfully, maturely. This is what it means to be on the side of art. This is what I'm striving for. This is the sublime humility and confidence that I wish to embody in myself. Whether I succeed or not is up for you to decide. My name is Avery. I'm a dog. What are you?
I wish I had a fraction of an iota of the charisma that the Yoga Ball gamer has. His videos are what I can only describe as ADHD friendly.
Two different discs going on, both with a chance to win 500,000 big wild and big boy big ones.
And while that does mean that sometimes I end up leaving his videos not remembering what he actually said, at the very least I know I'm gonna have a good time listening to him yap, which is not always the case with video essayists. If you want a perfect short encapsulation of Jakey's style, consider watching his video on Pizza Hut PS1 demo discs. I think video essayists can sometimes fall into the habit of feeling a little bit too self-serious, like including myself, because I mean sometimes that's good, but Jakey is consistently down to earth and really funny, which is refreshing for a person like me whose media diet consists of a lot of heavy, multi-hour video essays about death and stuff. Sometimes I don't want a gourmet 5-course meal. I just want a burger and fries, you know?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Crash Team Racing Final Fantasy Ape Escape Cool Boys 4.
So I'm gonna bundle Lindsay Ellis, Hbomberguy, and Super Eyepatch Wolf in a category of pretty popular video essayists that I always knew were good, but needed a reminder on just how good they really are. I haven't watched many of Lindsay's videos despite being familiar with her name, but she's recently re-entered my radar with her brilliant video on the Beatles. I have very little interest in the Beatles and their legacy, but Lindsay presents their story in such a compelling way that even I was invested throughout the entire runtime. The real meat of the video is the way it addresses how the media creates sexist narratives to villainize women who are really being victimized by male figures in their life. It also addresses the way in which we infantilize male celebrities while also simultaneously deifying them. It's just some plain good video essaying.
This boomer next to me looks at the bag and he looks at my computer and he goes, "Oh, you like the Beatles?" And I'm like, "Yeah, working on a thing." And hand to Christ, the next thing out of this guy's mouth is, You know, Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles, and I'm like, are you serious? Of all the little factoids, of all that you could drop, all the questions you could ask, the one thing you have to say about them is the greatest and most persistent lie. Cool.
But it's going to be such an incredible sort of comical thing, like in 50 years' time, you know. They broke up because Yoko sat on an M.
Okay, everyone's been talking about Harry since he released his plagiarism video, and I get it. It's good. You know it's good. It's literally longer than Endgame, but it's also one of the most thorough call-out posts I've ever seen. I wanted to highlight one of his more obscure videos, though, made in an era where his videos were actually a reasonable length. His video on Undertale is a wonderful distillation of the game's core message, which I think has gotten lost in the cesspool of Undertale fandom discourse. Harry understands that the purpose of lore is not, or at least should not, be to confuse you or to be mysterious for the sake of it or to be a puzzle piece. It should be about conveying a message. Stories are about telling you something and emotionally connecting with you, and I think excessive theorizing can get in the way of that. I feel like Harry really hit the nail on the head with that one, so I recommend it.
The game fully recognizes that enjoying something, even something objectively dumb like anime, which it is, it's really dumb, is done for understandable reasons because it communicates something meaningful to us. It's proof we're capable of empathy, that we see ourselves in something, even if that something is a video game or a cartoon about a girl with cat ears. But it's important not to lose sight of the reasons why you enjoy something. Austin Walker wrote that Undertale has a resonant message that we can love games without feeling the need to wring every last ounce of content out of them.
Mr. John Eyepatch Wolf is a creator who I've been indirectly following since basically the beginning of his career. I don't mean that I'm a stalker, I just mean that I've seen John grow as a person and a writer and a commentator over the years, and I've been really amazed by his transformation. His style has really solidified, and I feel confident that he can make a video about anything pretty damn interesting. I had stopped watching him around 2018 when I gradually stopped watching anime. I know, I'm disappointed in myself too, but I'm pleased that he's expanded his content to encompass everything, and I absolutely love that his videos are increasingly beginning to feel like therapy sessions. He even joked in his video Social Anxiety Horror, which is a personal favorite, that his therapist told him he should, quote,
"Stop processing trauma through YouTube videos. Well, Irene, looks like you lose again."
I genuinely don't know if that's just a joke, but part of me hopes it isn't, because real. Really, you can watch any one of his videos because they're all great, but I want to highlight Space Jam 2 is a Lie for being one of the most inventive videos I've seen in quite a while. It's really just something that should be experienced yourself, and please, if you do watch it, do not read the comments until you've sat through the whole thing. And yeah, for the sake of brevity, I'll leave it there, but there's a lot of other creators I failed to mention, like Jacob Geller, Ian Dyskin of Innuendo Studios, and Grace Lee of What's So Great About That, all of whom were massive inspirations for me in deciding to become a video essayist myself. I might talk about them in another video, but for now, that's all from me, folks. Bye!